Oh, baby. I think we're live, big dogs. What's up? How we doing? Let's get to work, man. We show up when we feel like it, don't we? We've got a couple of hours here to see what we can get done. ATR sitting 26. I don't know. I'm doing all right so far. Carrying over from overnight. We'll see what we can put together here. Volatility is low. So let's see what we can get done, man. How are we? We doing okay? Don't bring that negativity in here, you guys. We got a bunch of fucking sad motherfuckers showing up immediately. So the candlesticks didn't go your way, big dog. Is that right? That's the worst thing that's ever happened to anyone. Chill out. It'll be okay. All right. Bar 45, 4 minutes. Anthony, what's up, brother? Doing well. All right, ATR sitting 25, 26-ish, which is not, you know. It's not 65, but we can deal with 25. I'll take it. I'll take this over sitting in a cubicle, you know. All right. Is anybody in a position right now? Drop it in the chat if you have the fucking balls to do it. Very common trend, by the way. People only like to talk shit when they're winning. If you're in a position, man, broadcast that shit. Let's hear it. If you've got the guts. I don't know, man. If you lose the trade, some meanies on the internet might talk shit to you. That's the worst thing that's ever happened, I think. Even worse than the candles not going in your direction. Nathan, what's up, buddy? How are we? Sixer, big dog. No one wants to say what their position is, huh? Oh, you guys. You guys. I don't know, man. Could you imagine if I just said, yep, I'm sitting long. I'm long. From where, big dog? That means nothing. All right, 45. I think we got a trading range up here, actually. You know what it looks like more to me? Just draw that line wherever the hell you want to draw it. Looks like a wedge. Which means this thing's going to break one way or the other here and probably increase volatility within the next, I don't know, hour, half hour. And when it does, I'm ready. Crypto Troy, the only motherfucker with a set in the whole chat. He said, I've been short since 27,380, just not happening. And you know what, Troy? That's okay. I don't get it, man. The whole internet is so scared to publicly lose trades. I don't understand why. Uh-oh, so it just so happened that, like, you know, the weighted coin flip didn't go in your favor this time, which is going to happen. Well, depends if you're a scalper, a swing trader. We'll just say thousands of times in your career. And you don't want to tell anybody. Why is that? Is it because you get your self-worth from what the candlesticks on the chart do? Because that's not the way to go, big dog. We've all been there. Don't do it. Man, that ATR is dipping, huh? Down below 25 here now. Jonathan, big man, how we doing? Mickey, big dog, what's up, brother? All right, halfway through bar 46. Let's see what we got here. Got a big fucking wedge is what we got. So I got a limit order sitting out. See if the Bulls want to take it, and they will. Set that guy there. And let's see what these big baby bulls got in store. ATR 25. Copy flattening. I don't know why it does that sometimes. Do any of you guys have that happen? Happens to me all the fucking time. I don't know why. You guys that use the Affordable Indicators copier, every once in a while, it happened. For me, it only happens with the rhythmics. I think. I don't know. But it just said, hey, flat against my 20 Apex fundeds. But I'm in the position and it did nothing. I don't know why it does that. Maybe rhythmic disconnects or something. But it scares the hell out of me every time. Because you see the little 5-second countdown timer go and it's like, oh Jesus, what's it gonna do? And then it always does nothing. What kind of RAM setup is this? If you have to ask, you not ready, big dog. Is the answer to that question. If you have to ask, you're not ready to go to the advanced stages. This is an extremely basic RAM trade. Read about that. It's a very good feature that makes it a great copy trader. Yeah, no, I know what it is. It's trying to make sure that the accounts are in sync. But the problem is it doesn't specify, and it's not a problem because it doesn't mess anything up. It just doesn't specify that it's not going to change my existing position. So every time you see the countdown timer going, when you're in an existing position that you just entered, it's like, oh Jesus. What's this thing going to try to do? And it never does anything bad. It's fine. $225 out. ATR still sitting 24. See how bar 47 closes up. Yeah, I thought about doing a night stream. The problem is, I don't know. Do people even really care at night? I feel like most people just dip because they're not really about it like that. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe you're all hitting the charts all night. R48, man. Cole, what's up, big dog? How we doing? Pharaoh Friday, baby. HP says, I think I had my cleanest RAM trade yet last night, but it was super late during Asia. Yeah, Asia's been clean. I mean, honestly, I don't know about super late, like getting in more in like London, like middle of the night. But like from, I guess, open of Asia, maybe 30 minutes in, or the overnight session in general, right? The evening session. So maybe a couple of hours in, for the last like week has been reasonably clean. It's been pretty, I mean, the volatility's been decent, but then it obviously dies out. It hasn't been as low as it could be. It's actually been somewhat comparable, just with a little lower volatility to midday New York stuff, but with almost better price action. So I think it's been worth sticking around at night. Let's go market. I want to see a 74 ATR, man. Slow, slow, slow. Jimmy, just scout my way out of a $1,300 hole because I forgot to put a stop loss. Automate it. Just use an ATM strategy in Ninja. You should not be placing your stop losses. I mean, you can be positioning them manually, but you should not be putting them out manually, if you can help it. Nico, you said yesterday about code BIG, getting an account with no activation fee. I tried it on 25K, but it still shows $29.99. Is that the rate? Garzan, I assume you're talking TakeProfitTrader? I gotta make sure we're on the same page. And by the way, if you're talking TakeProfitTrader, which code BIG at TPT right now, BIG, is 40% off the RIP. And then when you pass the test, everyone else has to pay a $130 fee to activate the pro account. If you use code BIG when you buy the test account, you pay $0. Nah, Carzan. Apex is different. Apex is 90% off single day pass with code BIG. Lucky, what's up, big dog? How are we? Big bar 50. Let's see what we got. ATR 23-ish. Rolling over into the open of 5-0. All right, 40 seconds till the close of Big Bar 50. Here's the rollover into the open of 51. And ATR down to 23. Bulls eating up my whole day here, man. Just let these bulls do their thing here. ATR sitting 25. Here comes the rollover. New candle. ATR down to 23. Boom! Full ATR. So exciting. All right. Let's move on. Nico, how do you set price targets in this all-time high scenario? I don't worry too much about all-time highs. I set price targets based on the three things: environmental context, intraday context, and volatility, also known as ATR. And of course, you know, the risk you have on the trade is going to come into consideration, but that is built into context. You don't need a separate category to bring that into play, right? That's already rolled in. Chris, how do you move your take profit so fast? It's a hotkey. I use a hotkey. Everything I do is hotkeys. If you're not using hotkeys, you're living in the fucking Stone Age. You look goofy as fuck moving your mouse around trying to click buttons. No one does that anymore. Come on now. Hotkeys, baby. It's been the case for fucking 20 years. I don't know. It depends on what broker you're using. Just go into settings and set your hotkeys, man. I set them up so that they're very easy in a traditional type. You know, in middle school, you learned how to type and you left the class not being any better at typing. Yeah, so I just do this. It's in the typing position. So yeah, I could hit a limit buy, I could hit a limit sell right now, I could cancel all orders, I can do whatever I want without moving my fingers too much. This is like day one. Ooh, Penguin is mogging the shit out of me. That's right, you gotta trade in VR. Has anybody ever traded in VR? Is that a thing? It's gotta be a thing. Nah, Chris, you set it a certain number of ticks. Like when I put a stop limit buy or stop limit sell out, it goes either above or below the market, right? It takes the current midpoint and then a certain number of ticks away from that, which you just set up in the settings. Ray, what's up, brother? Hey, man, if you haven't yet, I appreciate you hitting the like button. Or I invite you to hit that dislike button. Hit something, big dog. It's all the same. And in the meantime, we'll let these, well, I guess bulls see if they want to take this thing higher or if they're going to respect that little wedge top. Attaboy, Alexander. Sam, how we doing? Good afternoon. All right, bar 53 here will roll over in a minute 55. And we shall see what that brings. Nico, I have a payout request with Apex for $2,000. It's my second payout for this account, and it has sat in review for the last week plus. Have you ever had issues like that? Yeah, Apex is all over the place with their review process. I've had payouts be in review for like a week and a half. I've had them get approved overnight. Just relax. Focus on trading. It'll be fine. And you know what? If they fucking deny you, which I don't even think they really do that anymore, right? If they deny you for whatever reason, then it fucking is what it is and you move on with your life. But I don't think they're going to. I mean, I know that they're actively moving away from that because it's not a good look, right? So they're just putting more rules up front. Not really. They're putting more clear rules up front is what I really should say. And then their new big thing is no denials or whatever. Because people fucking hate that. Well, you know what? I'm sure you'll be fine. I've had it take longer than that. There you go. 15 seconds out. Bar 53. Michael, I don't know what you're talking about. You might be getting your firms mixed up. Daily payouts is TakeProfitTrader. Apex has never been same-day payouts. to my knowledge. Alright, we may have a big trading range, by the way. Seems pretty clear at this point. With a little bit of drift to the long side. So you could call it an extremely soft bull channel. That would also be okay to call it that still at this point. Yeah, Michael, I don't know what to tell you, dude. You just gotta, I'm in the same boat as you, man. I sit and wait for my approvals, too. I'm not Apex customer support, guys. I'm in the same fucking boat as you. I've sat and waited for approvals for a week and a half. I don't really, I'm not the support team, dude. Just sit and wait. I get it, man. I want my fucking money, too. But sometimes it takes time. Just focus on stacking more payouts while you wait, you know? That's all you can do. All right, there's the open to bar 55. Whole bunch of nothing on 54. Just gotta take it easy here until I get a setup. Something to do. How many of you guys, by the way, have been taking daily payouts, or at least have taken daily payouts from TakeProfitTrader? that experience, man, I'll tell you what, if I say this all the time and nothing has changed, if you're trying to bootstrap going full time, you need money coming in, like now. You can't wait, 8 days for payout approval, you know what I mean? So go ahead, take profit trader, get money coming in. When it's time to make the numbers fucking big, that's what Apex is for. 20 accounts. I know some of you guys are funded at Apex and you have like fucking one funded account. I don't get it, man. If you have a positive ROI, if you're on track, you're making progress, especially if you've taken payouts, what are you doing? What are you waiting for? You have proof of concept. Scale, dude. There is no time. All right, 3 minutes here till 55 closes up. We'll see if we end up with a big old inside close here. John says, I've always had issues with the intraday drawdown once I pass an eval. Hey, John, what size are you trading? In what size funded? Okay, 50K account, how many contracts? Five micros. Now my question for you would be, are you trading like a 15-minute chart and going really wide on swing trades? Are you trading a 5-minute and going really wide on swing trades? The wider you go, meaning the longer your average trade duration is in a moderate volatility environment. If it's really low volatility, this kind of changes a bit. The smaller size you should be trading, right? Because 5 micros is it's small if you're scalping for 10 points or something crazy. But if you're, taking an intraday swing and your stop is 180 points, that's not so small anymore. Question, I'm only trading my own money. Should I be considering a prop firm? I don't know, dude, up to you. Just started live on Monday, and RAM has been working just as well live as it did on paper. As expected. So, look, if you're a profitable trader, and you're like, well, I'm trading a live account, and I'm doing well, you have a massive ego if you think that you just are above trading prop firms. I'm about leverage. Why would, if you're making money in personal accounts, why would you not also trade prop? It's arbitrage. You're already profitable. Just size yourself appropriately and just bleed them of money also. Why would you not do that? It's the egos are incredible. I can't believe it. All right, 56. See what we end up with here. Now this becomes interesting because it starts looking like a wide, more like a soft bull channel now than anything, with a little sideways range mixed in. So you know my issue with this, with using the wick low of 47 to get long? My issue is that we ate up that wick low of 39, came a little close to the wick low of 32, which leads me to think, rather than this kind of look, which could still, you know, if this bounces nice and early and takes out the wick high of 53, we have that look again. This is also incredibly, incredibly clear. And we're now coming back into that. So when you can draw both, you can get long, but the problem is 47 and 49 taking out the wick low of 39. That gets more concerning, that this is a trading range and not a soft bull channel. So let's see if 56 and or the next bar or two can clean this up and maintain a soft bull channel. Who's in a position right now? Time frame, this is a 5-minute chart that you're looking at. Man, they tear it down to 22, 23. Goodness! All right, we got bar 57 here, closing up about 2 minutes out. Look at a 15-minute. Yeah, the action on the 15 was back here. Pretty much looks as expected. You go to a 2-minute chart. Yeah, I might revisit the 2 to be honest with you, but back to a 5 here for now. Tick charts. Whatever. Give me tick charts. I'll still make money. It doesn't matter, guys. Look, the reason I like time-based charts is because they're predictable, consistent. Tick charts, you trade them during New York Open, you trade them during Asia, you know, they're going to feel a hell of a lot different. I think that's what people like about tick charts. It doesn't matter. It's just a different way to look at the data. It really does not fucking matter. You're not gonna, make money if you're losing money on a 5-minute chart because you switched to tick charts. You're losing because you have no repeatable methodology that leaves you at the end of a large sample size with any meaningful edge whatsoever. The tick charts are kind of all the rage lately, aren't they? Oh, that must be the secret, huh? Trade line charts? What, like on Robinhood? Oh man, I don't know. I don't know. I think the only thing you can do, is that what you mean? I think the only thing you can do, because there's really nothing to look at, is try to trend follow, I suppose. Like the easiest way I would think to trade that kind of chart, like the traditional one you see on Robinhood, where it's just a straight up line. If you had like a soft bull channel, yeah, I mean you could take limit order reversion scalps and risk the recent wick low. That would be seen as kind of a V-shaped recovery on a line chart. But that's kind of about it. Can you explain the RAM trading strategy? You got 60 hours? You know, guys, even you newer traders, I know it's happened to you in real life. You know when a friend of yours walks up and says, "Oh, you're day trading? You know, teach me how to do that." And you're like, "What the fuck? Teach you how to do that? You want me to live with you for 2 years and we'll just work on it every day? What do you mean, teach you how to do this?" As if this is a 12-minute sit down. Here's how you do it. Here's how you day trade. Here's how you fucking kill it on the biggest playing field in the world. Here's how you take money from some of the smartest people in the world in 12 minutes. Yep. I know you've had friends and family say this shit to you and you're like, what? Come on, guys. It's my take on price action. That's all it is. But there's nuance. 58. Alright, baby, let's watch Big Bar 59. We are still in this big trading range. Remember we drew it? Going back to bar, what is that, 29? ATR still sitting 23. Yeah, Yochi, 100%. What RAM is, guys, is it's for me. I built this for me. It wasn't for you. I built this for me. It didn't have a name until I decided to share it. It's my take on price action. It's my top-down methodology and how I ensure that I'm consistently making logical decisions that leave me with a positive expected value over a mid and long-term sample size. So the top-down methodology starts with context. That's intraday context and environmental context, which is market context over the last week, month, etc. Intraday is what's happening in front of your fucking face. Okay, and then from there, you got to find setups that make logical sense that fit within the context. And then there's patience, discipline, sizing, bar-by-bar management. Then there's the advanced techniques, which is where you give yourself a little bit more leash. That's it. There's a lot to it. It's on the surface, it's very simple. You guys have seen this over the last however long. It's very simple on the surface, but the nuance is what sets it apart. And the nuance is what takes, it takes some screen time to understand. Minute 55. Now the problem, by the way, here this is obviously the issue, right? Is that the context here intraday is range, range, range. So effectively what you'd be doing here is getting short right in the lower third of a sideways trading range. Now, could you take it? Yeah, sure. If you this is the nuance portion. If you understand how that changes the math, probability goes down, potential reward to risk has got to go up to make up for that. How do you approach position sizing in these prop accounts? They say they're stuck on finding a balance between sizing too big versus taking forever to finish the eval, getting to a payout. Evals, if you're positive ROI, stop worrying about the cost of evals. You're going to pass them at a reasonable rate anyway because you're good. So you size up, lower the trade quality, get through them. Time cost is more expensive than the cost of the eval. These things cost like $20, $30, you guys. People come in, they're like, Nico, I want to make $1 million a year. And then they're like, yeah, but I don't want to buy, 20 evals. Do we understand the disconnect? What the fuck are you talking about, dude? If you want to swing big, fucking swing big. You don't believe in yourself? Is that what it is? You're worth one $30 eval. Okay, understood. Sizing, that's what we were talking about. With sizing, position sizing, in the fundeds, we'll say, if you had a 50K funded, I think it makes the most sense if you're going to trade NQ, or I guess MNQ, to sit between 1 and 5 micros. Okay, I usually say 2 to 5 micros, but a lot of you guys I've seen in higher volatility environments, especially if you want to size down to 1 micro, man, it's not, you can get to payouts, I think, quicker than you think. We had someone in here not too long ago saying they were taking lots of payouts, trading literally 1 micro. It's not a big deal. I get it, it feels like it's, a year away. It's not, it'll come up on you. Mac, big dog, how we doing? All right, I'll be right back. Give me 2 minutes. Don't you go anywhere. Oh, big dogs. What's up? Bar 61. Come on, market. I'm trying to gamble, big man. Let's do it. Give me something. Randy, what's up, big man? How we doing? Longs question mark? Maybe, yeah. We'll see. We'll see if this maintains a soft bull channel. I'll just take it as it comes. I think it's important to try to be casual about direction intentionally, by the way. I've always said, guys, just focus on price action over having a bias. Now, if it's a trend, you could argue like, well, if you're saying that it's a bull trend, that's a bias, right? Sure. But having a bias when it's not a clear bull trend, which today is not a clear bull trend, right? I think is a net negative for your trading. Ten seconds. Yeah, let's see if the Bulls want to take this guy. They want to pop it above the wick high of 61. I'll take it. Risk the wick low of 60. You could risk the wick low of 47. I'm not going to. Volatility is painfully low. If the Bulls want to take that back up into the range. Burning myself, damn! Alright, go on, Bulls! Alright, Mac, I got you. We'll hold this guy, what, 200-300 points? Easy 10-1 reward to risk. That seems pretty reasonable, right? Would you grade this setup? Probably about a B on the advanced scale. Question, what's your strategy? What do you expect from the setup? I trade RAM. And as far as the setup, what do you guys think? 25 million is the expectation? I think that's about right. In all seriousness, maybe a full ATR, full R would be great. $100 million? Yeah, I said it a little low, didn't I? I appreciate you calling me out on it. There's the rollover. Into bar 63. Yep, I'm long. I don't know, man. I think green is green. Always take green, right? Should probably book that guy up, huh? No, sir. Not a chance. Well, you know what, Bulls? If we're going to get about 800 points out of this trade, you better get the fuck moving. Break even, that ain't going to cut it, big man. Is 27.5 your first take profit? No, I'm thinking maybe 28.2. I'm dead serious. What's up, 2B? How we doing? Wifey's in the chat. Show some respect. Say what's up. If you don't say hello, miss, good afternoon, you're the fuck out of here, man. Tell you what. All right, bar 64. Come on now, bulls. Pretty sure that's the wrong way there. Man, ATR sitting 21, 22. All right, now, bulls, fade this thing back up into the open space. All right, we'll go. Wifey with the super chat, man. Fucking killing it. Now, where to is the question. Wherever we want to go, where are we going? You know, YouTube, YouTube probably loves us. We're their arbitrage play, sending our own money to ourselves. They take their fee. Come on, bulls, get it done! Yeah, Sam, why is there a red bar on my long? Come on now, Bulls. Let's get this thing moving. ATR 22. It's not going to last too long with at this rate, huh? That ATR, that is. Yeah, that's right. Hit the like button. I appreciate you doing so. All right, there's the open of bar 65. Little wiggles. Yeah, this almost feels like 4th of July markets, huh? That's it, Bulls. Pop that son of a gun. Give me my 800 points. Eric tweaked my neck with 110-pound dumbbell shrugs today. Weekend should be lovely. I hope you at least did it in front of your gym crush, big man. While she ignored it because no one gives a fuck. You turn around, she's talking to some other dude. Go on, Bulls! Well, ATR is sitting at 22. Jeez. This little guy taking all day. That's alright, hang out. Alright, there's the rollover into the open of 66. ATR down to 20. Come on, Bulls. We got to get a couple of things done here. I want that ATR back up to 40. We got to backfill this big old trading range. We got a ton of work to do here. Anything to keep that ATR from dipping down into the teens, which is what we do not want to happen. Holy shit, this is slow, man. Alright, we got 2 o'clock coming up here in a minute 30. That will be the start of power hour. Hopefully that can bring in a little bit of extra volatility. And this is real power hour, by the way, to finish out the week. You know, the last hour of trading on a Tuesday, historically, was never considered power hour, though more recently, most people would consider it that with the increased volume in the market. Over time. All right, Bulls. Man, you know it's bad when a 5-point move, 4-point move is enough to get you pumped. It is certainly slow. But as long as ATR is above 10, it's worth sitting. Sitting at 20 right now. All right, 20 seconds here until the rollover into official power hour. Here's the rollover. Here you go, bulls, not too bad. Why does ATR above 10 matter? When you get volatility during the New York session, especially below a 10 ATR on a 5-minute NQ chart, I find it's a lot more difficult to have any kind of edge, at least consistently. Well, all right, Bulls, that's a pretty good start, but if we're going to get my 800 points, we got to get up and moving. 'Not too bad of a showing, Bulls. A lot more work to do. Two minutes here till the close is 67. Yeah, Nathan, if it closed clean enough, it'd be logical. Yeah. Well, damn, Bulls, get moving. 10 seconds out. Alright, bulls, swallow up the darkness up there. Let's go. ATR sitting 19. Oh, baby. Big ol' pump. 3-point pump. ATR somehow still holding on to 19. I don't know, man. Oh, you beautiful bulls. Now do it to them. Do it to them! Go! ATR sitting at 20. .43 seconds. Till bar 68 here closes and we roll over into 69. There you go, bulls. There's the rollover. Full ATR, actually quite a bit better than a full ATR. Let my copier flatten. And there we go. Flat there, moving on. Moving on here. 68 is reasonable, but the problem is you got a big trading range, so you're kind of buying right into the high end of the trading range. You could take it, it's still logical. But I'll pull mine there and wait here on bar 69 to see if that range, because this is range, man. ATR is 19. Yeah, icon context is everything, big dog. If it was a big trend day and ATR was 72, you treat it differently, right? But it's not a big trend day, it's a range day after a bull push. So we'll watch 69. Again, I think it's a pretty good rule of thumb, by the way, when ATR or volatility, right, is really low and the market's more in a range, lean harder into scalping, okay, and then switch it up a tad when you're in more of a trend market. I think you should probably find yourself taking not necessarily less trades on the day, though it may end up that way, but treating them less of a scalp, right? So you're going to end up with your average trade duration probably being a bit longer, with the exception of if it is really high volatility, things tend to work quicker and you end up taking more trades throughout the move rather than more of a swing approach. There's a million ways to approach this. As long as the math looks good, you're doing all right. But especially as you get more advanced within RAM, again, it's really important that you understand that you've earned some leash. So you see here, 69 is hesitating a little bit. That's just low volatility at play. Two minutes here till we get to close of 69. Now again, you've effectively got a very, very soft, probably draw more like this, bull channel here. Now this line, forget about it. You can draw it here, here, here. Just don't overthink the line, dude. You're looking at what it is. And to me, this is just about the softest bull channel I've seen all week, which I like to think of more as a range. When it's this soft, to me, you know, I can trade it like a soft bull channel out of the lows, but toward the highs, you know, I'm thinking of it like a range, because really, what's the probability? You got to think to yourself that this actually breaks out into a big bull trend. If it does, fuck, that's awesome. We love it. It's just not very likely. The ATR is 20, right? We've had this since bar 28. It's 69 now. All right, here comes the rollover. Now on 69, If all you did was study RAM setups, you know, you'd say, wow, that's the best setup I've ever seen all week. Is it logical? Sure. But look, how does the math look is the real question. It's not the setup. How does the math look when you combine the setup with the context of the day? And for me, 70 is the better opportunity if we can actually get more of a powerful look like, hey, this actually might turn into a bull trend. Then I want to participate, man. But until then, I mean, you got to think, you know, Bear is probably going to try to step in here at some point and call this a range. Call us bulls out on our bullshit, right? Now watch this thing fire 400 points upside. Oh, we love it. Three minutes. God, day trading is so fucking easy, isn't it? It's almost too easy, man. I think we need a challenge. Let's go trade crypto or something with fees that are about 40% of the fucking position size. Yeah, for me to go long, I really got to be convinced that this range is breaking out into a trend. Just there's context problems right now for me. Ooh, Master says, anybody looking to go short from here? Is anyone getting short here? I used to do shit like that. Not great. Not to say, by the way, I don't want you to misunderstand me. When you understand the probabilities of the market, there's no such thing as a dumb trade. Because at best, even in a huge bull trend, which this is not, the probability is 70-30. Most of the time, good probability looks more like 60-40, maybe high 50s, low 40s. And more often than not, it's about 50-50. So if someone says, I'm going long, and you say, ha! Dumbass! I'm short! I'm right! You're an idiot! You're the idiot. You're the big dummy. You're the clown. You're the one that everyone knows doesn't know what they're doing. Because probabilities are never certain enough in this efficient marketplace that is futures instruments for you to be so sure that what you're doing is the right way. Now, that being said, there's expected value that's positive and then there's expected value that's negative. But that is not only direction, it's also trade management, etc. All right, here comes the rollover. Still inside the wick high of 53, by the way. Looks great. Context problems. ATR falling down to 17. It's low, man. Low, 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 low. What's up, MP? Big dog? Me too, man. Yeah, afternoon trading is real relaxed, slow. Especially, right now. I mean, ATR being 18, it's not always this low. It's actually typically not even this low. This is kind of below the averages as far as volatility, right? Yep, Susie Bear's playing that out exactly like we talked about. They're gonna hesitate to take out the highs. They just are. Now, does that mean they're not going to? Of course not. They might. But with ATR, meaning volatility being so low, I mean, it's not like the bulls just have such a clear shot to turn into a giant bull trend for the rest of Power Hour. That's just not the high probability outcome here. Volatility is just too low. Now, I'd love to see that happen because that'd give me more setups, but it's the lower probability event. All right, I'll be right back. Give me 2 minutes. All right. What's up? Come on back in, man. We got work still to do, maybe. Let's see. How are you guys sitting today, by the way? Are we doing all right? Green, red, payout day, blow up day, eval pass day, eval blow day, millionaire status day. Gotta go back to the job day. That's not a good one. Aaron, very red. Eric, small green day. Mike, green, big dog. Boring trader, 2 for 2. Did you trade with me? Mario, my man. First day trade to prop firm, green, $887. It's pretty good day one. Ooh, you were in the small cap space, huh? I like the small cap space a lot. It makes sense. I'm a guy that, it has to be logical. The great thing about small caps, which is also the reason that I would love to be able to actively trade shitcoins. The problem is, and I'll explain why, the problem is that there's no good place to do it where the commissions, fees, and spreads are reasonable. Plus you have the issue with everyone's just trying to rug everybody. But with small caps, you end up with these, like I'm talking like pre-market momentum moving, like shitty little company stocks. You end up with these scenarios where everyone on StockTwits is just screaming buy and hold because this thing's going to go to $3,000 a share and it's currently $4.50. $4.50. And it creates this insane front side of the move. You can really get a lot of edge on it. But as far as a clean intraday instrument to trade, I mean, futures are undefeated because those are obviously incredibly risky unless you have a lot of screen time under your belt. And I don't think, for someone who's just trying to go full time as a trader, kind of from step A, futures prop firms are just undefeated. It's just, I don't think you can argue that. The risk profile is so ridiculous compared to the potential upside. All right, 3.5 minutes out. Bar is 73. Hey man, by the way, if you haven't yet, Pharaoh Friday, reasonable day. I appreciate you hitting the like button. thank you for doing so, hey? Or hit dislike, big dog. Does the same thing for me, my man. I appreciate you hitting it. Is anybody still in a position here? I'm looking, man. I'm not necessarily done here. It's just we're kind of coming down to the wire. It's 2:33. Nah, Eric, it's all anonymous. Empire just got long. Nathan long at 27,408. Well, man, is that a little bet on that softball channel? Not illogical. Yeah, good little reversion scalp there, Nathan. Good job. All right, I'm going to run a poll. Question is, do you trade the overnight session? Vote in the poll, and then if the answer is yes, put in the chat what time. What time? Usually for me, it's going to be somewhere in between if I do trade the overnight session, which is certainly not every day. But lately it's kind of been most days, to be honest. It's going to be between, I don't know, usually it's between like 5 and 10 sometimes. Though I don't like to go that late. Sometimes, you know, there's something there. You gotta kind of wait it out. Yeah, man, lately, you know, because I always have the charts up. Like, I'll look over during the overnight session, and I'll be about ready to leave here. And it's like, son of a bitch. It's just so obvious. It's like, I gotta put it on. And then you sit and wait. But sometimes it's just there. It's so obvious. It's like, hey, you want this money? It's like, yeah, I'll take it. We have bar 74 here closing up in 3 minutes 40 seconds. Now remember, we got context-wise here is a super, super soft bull channel. But as we come in later in the day, you know, we got an algorithm here, a light algorithm at 240. And then at 250, we've got the bigger algo that hits. Master, what's up, buddy? All right, 2 minutes till 74 closes up. Well, I'll tell you what, guys. Hey, 74.73 to finish up Pharaoh Friday. I'll take it and move on my day. It's at the weekend, man. What's up, Vegas trip with the weekend? Or I'm sorry, with the boys this weekend? Is that what's going on with you guys? Like back in the 80s, guys would leave the pit. bunch of rich motherfuckers in their like mid-20s. Leave the pit. Oh, man. Hop on a plane, go to Vegas. I don't know. Not for me, dude. I'll chill at home. But it would have been cool to be a pit trader in the 80s in Chicago, wouldn't it? At least to see what it was like. Man, I think the intensity was just next level. Trading today is just so... polar opposite to that, you know? Obviously, there's huge benefits. We get to stay at home, don't have to go anywhere. Moving upstairs, it was certainly a net positive for the lifestyle, for the industry, but it's like, oh man. To fight some motherfuckers in the pit over what fill you got would have been something else to experience. All right, guys, hey, I'm out of here. Don't tweak all weekend. Monday is coming. All right, I will see you guys next week. Have a good day. Weekend, all of it, man. We love it. See you soon.